Hello everybody, my name is Con6510 and welcome back to another Universe Mode simulation. This time it will not be live streamed, this time it will be recorded. In this simulation, we're going to do the same thing we did in the last simulation. We are merging two eras together. What do those eras going to be this time, you ask? We're going to be merging together the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era. 1997 to 2008. This is going to be one long ass ride for all of these. But as always, in these types of concepts, 1 month, not 1 month, shit, 1 year, and we are going to go through the pay-per-views only. As always, pay-per-views stay the same. So there are going to be some modern day pay-per-views in this simulation. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let's get to it. Alright, so here we are. The show has been set. This is going to be our show, simply titled WWE. The superstars that were already put in here, and plus some custom ones as well, from the Ruthless Aggression and Attitude eras have been set. And let's get this show on the road. Here is your results. The Rock is Mr. Money in the Bank. Shelton Benjamin beats The Miz. Matt Hardy beats Kane. MVP beats Kurt Hawkins. R-Truth picks up the victory against Dolph Ziggler. Natalya beats Lita. Ric Flair beats Christian. John Morrison beats Zack Ryder. CM Punk wins against Cody Rhodes. Bobby Lashley retains the Intercontinental Championship against X-Pac. Triple H retains the World Heavyweight title, and in the main event, you just get these random ass ladder matches. Always get them. We are now ready for Backlash, and the results are going as follows. The Rock beats Booker T. Natalya retains against Mickie James. John Cena wins against The Big Show. Rey Mysterio wins against Jeff Hardy. Mark Henry wins against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Brock Lesnar beats Batista. Randy Orton is the new World Heavyweight Champion. And X-Pac beats Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental title. Following results for Extreme Rules goes as follows. John Cena beats Goldberg in the opening. Trish Stratus beats Beth Phoenix. Jeff Hardy wins against The Big Show. Rey Mysterio becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion after beating Randy Orton in an Extreme Rules match. Steve Austin wins against Mark Henry. X-Pac wins against Bobby Lashley, retaining the IC title. The Rock wins against Booker T. Brock Lesnar beats Batista. And Mickie James wins an Extreme Rules match against Natalya to become the new Women's Champion. Results for SummerSlam goes as follows. Bret Hart beats Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker wins against Mark Henry. Natalya gains back their Women's Championship, making Mickie James a transitional champion. Kane beats Matt Hardy. The Big Show beats Jeff Hardy. Jim Neidhart and Lita beat the team of Scott Hall and Stephanie McMahon. X-Pac retains the Intercontinental title against R-Truth. Trish Stratus wins against Beth Phoenix. Eddie Guerrero wins against Booker T. Goldberg beats John Cena. Batista wins against Kevin Nash. Stone Cold wins against The Rock. And Brock Lesnar is the new World Heavyweight Champion after defeating Orton and Mysterio in a triple threat match. Here are the following results for Hell in a Cell. John Cena beats Goldberg. X-Pac retains yet again against R-Truth. Oh, forgot to tell y'all I don't do anything with the managers. I don't know if I have to explain that in every simulation. I do now, considering y'all have heard like the first 5 times. Rey Mysterio beats The Big Show. Booker T wins against Bret Hart. Eddie Guerrero wins against Mark Henry. The Rock wins against Jeff Hardy. Kevin Nash wins against Steve Austin. Brock Lesnar retains against Randy Orton. And Natalya retains against Mickie James inside the cell. Results for Super Showdown are as follows. The Rock wins against Rey Mysterio. Goldberg wins against The Big Show. Natalya retains the women's title yet again against Mickie James. R-Truth wins the IC title in a no-holds-barred match against X-Pac. Bret Hart beats Booker T. Eddie Guerrero beats Mark Henry. Randy Orton wins against John Cena. Jeff Hardy is the new World Heavyweight Champion. That's a surprise. Kurt Angle beats Triple H. And Kevin Nash wins against Steve Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Survivor Series. Here are the results. In an Extreme Rules match, Randy Orton beats Cena. Team Kevin Nash wins against Team Bobby Lashley. Let's run down these teams. Team Kevin Nash consists of Nash, Hall, Kendrick, and Benjamin. And Team Lashley had Bobby Lashley, Dolph Ziggler, Big Boss Man, and MVP. Well then, Mickie James becomes the new WWE Women's Champion. The Miz beats Shane McMahon. Rey Mysterio beats Jeff Hardy. R-Truth retains the IC title against John Morrison. Brock Lesnar beats The Big Show. Bret Hart wins against Goldberg. And in the main event, The Rock beats Steve Austin. Here are your results for tables, ladders, and chairs. Big Show beats Lesnar. Goldberg beats Booker T. Mickie James retains against Natalya. Batista and Nikki Bella win against Brian Kendrick and Beth Phoenix. Randy Orton becomes a two-time World Heavyweight Champion in this simulation, I believe, after beating Jeff Hardy. Triple H wins against Mark Henry. Eddie Guerrero beats Undertaker. Rey Mysterio wins against John Cena. Edge beats Angle. Nash beats Hart. Rock beats Austin. And R-Truth retains yet again against The Miz. Here are your results for the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton retains the World Heavyweight title against Big Show. John Morrison wins a fatal four-way match for the IC title that included R-Truth, Kane, and Matt Hardy. Mickie James retains against Natalya. Dolph Ziggler wins against Shelton Benjamin. We're going to have to check news for that. Shane McMahon wins against The Miz. Rey Mysterio wins against John Cena. Bret Hart wins against Goldberg. And Steve Austin wins against The Rock. Brock Lesnar won the Rumble. Oh boy. Here are your results for Elimination Chamber. Kevin Nash beats Goldberg. Undertaker beats Booker T. Bret Hart wins against Jeff Hardy. Eddie Guerrero wins against Batista. The Rock last eliminates Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship in an Elimination Chamber match that also included John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Steve Austin, and The Big Show. John Morrison retains the IC title against The Miz. And Natalya wins the women's title after last eliminating Mickie James in a chamber match that included Nikki Bella, Stephanie McMahon, Lita, and Trish Stratus. The last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, Fastlane. Let's check the results. Kevin Nash beats Steve Austin. Eddie Guerrero beats The Big Show. Natalya retains the women's title in a fatal four-way match that also included Mickie James, Beth Phoenix, and Nikki Bella. Batista wins against Jeff Hardy. John Cena wins against Rey Mysterio. Undertaker wins a triple threat match that also includes Booker T and Edge. Kurt Angle wins against Goldberg. Bret Hart wins against Randy Orton. The Rock retains the World Heavyweight title against Triple H. And John Morrison retains the IC title against Ric Flair. And here we go. The final pay-per-view of the whole year, WrestleMania. Let's check the results. Kurt Angle beats John Cena in a Falls Count Anywhere match. The Undertaker beats Batista. Shane McMahon wins against the Brian Kendrick. In this WrestleMania Battle Royal, Bobby Lashley comes out the victor. Big Boss Man wins against Scott Hall. CM Punk wins against Kane. Trish Stratus wins against Beth Phoenix. MVP picks up the victory against Ric Flair. In this other Battle Royal, Kevin Nash wins. Triple H wins against Rey Mysterio. John Morrison beats The Miz and retains the IC title. The Rock beats Lesnar and retains the World Heavyweight title. And in the main event, Natalya retains the Women's title. Now, something to my fans that are just starting to watch my content, and more specifically my simulations, I usually also go over the results of the final 2 shows of the shows for the final 2 weeks of this simulation. Let's do this. Kurt Angle beats Kevin Nash. Edge defeats Mark Henry. Brie Bella wins against Beth Phoenix. The Undertaker beats Orton. John Morrison beats MVP. In a self-promotion promo, The Rock beats Shawn Michaels. And in the main event, The Big Show beats Rey Mysterio. On the final week of this simulation, John Morrison beats the Big Boss Man. Mark Henry beats Lesnar. Shelton Benjamin and Mickie James beat Kevin Nash and Natalya. Randy Orton beats Booker T. Edge beats Shawn Michaels. Kurt Angle beats John Cena. And in the main event, Triple H wins against Rey Mysterio. After 1 whole year, here is how the World Heavyweight title went. Your current champion is The Rock. He had to beat Randy Orton for the title. Orton had to beat Jeff. Jeff had to beat Brock. Brock had to beat Ray. Ray had to beat Randy. And Randy had to beat Triple H for the title. I know he's not shown on there, but I know for a fact that Orton beat Triple H for his first title reign. Intercontinental Championship was not changed that much in this universe mode, surprisingly. The current champion is John Morrison, who had to beat R-Truth. Truth had to beat X-Pac, and X-Pac had to beat Bobby Lashley. And for the women's title, your current women's champion is Natalya, who had to beat Mickie James, who had to beat Natalya, who had to beat Mickie James again, who had to beat yet again Natalya, who won the title off of Lita. Anyways, that basically ends this video right here and this simulation as well. If you want to see more of my content, maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video, share it, comment, do whatever. This has been Con 6510, and I will see y'all later.